Hi, and welcome to another edition of The Everyday. If you missed my very first The Everyday video, this is a series where I talk about all the things in my everyday that make the everyday a little more simple, a little easier, a little more special, the things that I love every single day. And with Christmas coming up, the holiday season, it's so busy. It's important to stay super organized, so I thought today was the perfect day to talk about organization, my favorite everyday organizing stuff. And I've got a lot of favorites that I love to organize. If you've been reading my blog for, I don't know, maybe the last year or so, you know that I love all like paper goods, you know that I love organizing, I love planners, all that kind of stuff. And so I thought I'd share with you some of my favorites over that I'm using like right now every day, and then some of my like past favorites that I thought I'd just kind of bring back and, you know, share a little bit with you. My first everyday can't live without is this bad boy. And this is my Simplified Planner, and this is the weekly edition. So this particular one started in August of 2015 and it runs through to December of 2016. So I've got another year with this glorious planner, and this planner really is nice. I did an entire blog post, an entire video walking through this particular planner. So if you are shopping for 2016 planners, go check that out. I will link that down below for you. But yeah, this is an amazing planner. I really do try to use this every day, and I find that I'm most successful in staying organized when I have a planning organizing session every single evening to plan for the next day. What do I want to get done the next day? Plus, when I have sort of a planning session on Sundays, that's when I do my menu planning. That's when I write my Menu Monday post. And so that also kind of helps me get set for the upcoming week as far as upcoming appointments, things that might affect what we have for dinner. Like for example, if my husband is working late, you know, obviously we don't want to prepare a gigantic meal for him to show up at 9 p.m. We might need something simple or something easy to get on the table. It all just depends. So I find I'm most effective when I have planning sessions daily, which is hard to do, but daily in the evenings, before my husband and I sit down to watch TV. After Elizabeth's gone to bed, I usually kind of sit down, have maybe 10-15 minutes, just look at my planner, look at my to-do list, what didn't I get done that day, what do I need to get done the next day, that kind of thing. So that's helpful, and then a weekly planning session on Sundays. But this planner has really helped me get that organized too. There are sections in here for what you are going to eat every single day. There's a calendar, like a monthly calendar, and then a weekly calendar structure, and that works really well for me. But anyway, I love this planner for staying organized on the regular. I love this. Speaking of menu planning, I thought I'd bring in one of my menu planners. Printables are one of my favorite things, and if you haven't scanned the gajillion free printables out there to keep yourself organized, whether it's like printing off printables to make your own planner or just simple planners or printables to get specific tasks done, there are so many sources for printables. And if you want to take a look at any of them, just head over to Pinterest. And I've got a complete Pinterest board full of planners, printables, list inspirations, all that kind of stuff. So I will link that for you too, because I love that kind of stuff. But printables are your friend. If you don't even know where to begin, just look on Pinterest, free printables. Boom, done. But this is the one that I use for menu planning every single week. I did a blog post on this one too, and some of my other favorite weekly menu printables. So I'll link that for you down below too. There's so many things. This is like a favorite topic. But this menu is one of my favorites. I used another one for a while, but then this became my go-to. It's got the everyday, what are you gonna eat for dinner? And I generally plan for dinner. Lunch is kind of fluid, sometimes it's leftovers. Breakfast is pretty fluid, sometimes it's leftovers. But dinner is what I plan and I kind of shop for. So here is where I would put what we're gonna eat every night for dinner. And then I also list just underneath whether the recipe is stored on Pinterest, whether I've got a recipe card for it, whether it's in a particular cookbook and I write the page number down, that kind of thing. So I make notes here. And then on this section is like a shopping list. And so the idea is that you can like fold it in half and take this part with you, or even cut it in half and you've got your shopping list to go with you. Great, dandy. But what I actually do is I do write the complete shopping list, and I pretend when I'm making the shopping list for these dinner items that I have like nothing. If I don't have a single thing in my cupboard. So everything gets written down on here, even like canola oil, olive oil, you know, that kind of stuff that I more than likely have in my pantry already. I do write it in here. So then once I've got my menu planned, I can sit down with like just a regular notepad and write out a grocery shopping list that also includes things that I know I need more of, like cereal, for example, that isn't necessarily in my menu, but, or milk, that kind of thing that may not be an ingredient for making dinners, but I can add to it. That way I'm not cluttering this up. So then the beauty of it is I keep all of these little guys in a folder. And so when I'm having a week where I'm stuck, I'm like, what do I want to cook for this week? I don't know. I hate menu planning. I hate menu planning. It's the least, like, I hate doing it. But it's important because I save money when I do it. So, and I feel less stressed. So this way I can just pull out an old menu and I label them winter or summer. So I have summer menus and I have fall winter menus that are more comfy, cozy, comfort foods, that kind of thing. So this way I have the shopping list already done. I don't have to look up all the recipes to write down what I need. I've got it all here and I can just adjust my shopping list based on what I already have. It's so convenient. So I love this. This is like the lazy girl's guide to menu planning. Spend 10 weeks making menus and you can just reuse them. One of my other favorite things are notebooks, notepads, notebooks. I am a paper person. I every once in a while go through a phase where I love all things electronic calendars, that kind of thing. And we do have a family shared electronic calendar that is on our phones that my husband puts his appointments and sort of his work schedule on. So when I'm doing menu planning, for example, I know when he is or isn't going to be home. Really helpful, but for the most part, I enjoy paper things. I enjoy the act of checking stuff off. It feels so good. So one of my favorite things are Moleskine notebooks. I went through a phase even where I did a DIY planner using a plain Moleskine notebook, and if you're interested in that, I will link that below too. That was an amazing experience because it taught me really what I like in planners and what I don't like, what I don't need, what keeps me organized. That was a great experience. So if you are a simple person and you really just want to kind of try a planner system without buying like a $70 planner, make your own first. See what you like. Then you can actually buy a planner knowing what you like and what you don't like. It helped me so much and it saves you money so you're not constantly buying different planners like, this one won't work for me. That's a whole nother topic though. But anyway, Moleskine notebooks. And this particular one, I think they're called the Volant series. But it's just like a little paper. Normally Moleskine notebooks have like either they're hard covers or they're like a soft leather cover. This one is absolutely just a cardboard paper cover. And these are perfect. These are small size, really thin. You can toss this in your purse or they're really inexpensive too. I think these came in a 3-pack. But they're really great. And I bought the graph paper version because I'm a nerd. I kind of like graph paper. It keeps you like perfectly organized. Everything in like these cute little lines. And you can use the boxes as check boxes. It's really fun. But I use these for general note taking, for making lists, for planning out stuff. I have a page on here for blog post ideas. But I love these little notebooks. They kind of work for all kinds of things. Any type of like planning that I want to do that I don't necessarily want to clutter up in my planner. My planner is sort of meant for the final, like this is going to happen, do this. But if I want to like just kind of sketch out ideas or just brainstorm or chuck everything that's stuck in my brain right now and I need to dump it somewhere so I feel like, okay, I've at least taken care of it. I've written it down. This is what I love to use, is something like this. And then I can kind of manipulate, kind of move things around a bit and then put it in my planner if I need to put it in a more permanent spot. But these are amazing. And I will link these down below if you are interested. And they're pretty inexpensive. They're pretty expensive. Inexpensive, not expensive. They are inexpensive. Some of my favorite places to pick up paper goods is the Target Dollar Spot. They have so many cute notepads, planners, sticky notes, anything paper good related. They've got so many fun things. And I'm going to show you one of my favorite ones right now. This is a little notepad. It's got a magnet on the back, so I keep it on my fridge. I use this sort of like the Moleskine Volant notebook I just showed you. I keep this sometimes for when I just need to make lists or I need to like have a list kind of to reference often. I keep it on this, and it's just a little tearaway notepad, but I love the print on this. It looks like the rifle paper prints, and they had a whole collection of this maybe in the like late summer, like notepads and sticky notes and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of went crazy and bought a bunch of stuff, but it was $1, so I didn't care. But I love looking in the Target Dollar Spot for fun notepads. I use these sometimes to make grocery lists. I always kind of keep a supply of them because I go through these so fast. And I love the ones with the magnets on the back for all kinds of reasons. And then finally, this is sort of like my oldie but a goodie. I used this more than a year ago. I feel like when I first started blogging and first started like talking about like my schedule and how I stay organized and all that kind of stuff, this was what I was using at the time, and it was amazing. And in fact, it's so simple. I might go back to this. I bought a bunch of these, and this one's still in the package. But this is from Target in the dollar spot. This was a magnetic day of the week little calendar notepad with a little square for each day of the week. And when I had this, I used the bottom few lines of each day to write like my cleaning tasks for the day. But I put my cleaning schedule on here, and then I put like appointments or must-dos. And what's great about this kind of system is it really only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There were only 8 lines per square, so you were really like, you really had to think, what can I reasonably accomplish in a day? Because I only have 8 spaces. I need to like squeeze in errands, appointments, cleaning, and like must-do household things. So that was really nice to have that kind of stuff. This was a great little system. So if you're looking for a really easy, simple way to stay on target, on task, these little notepads were so handy. I don't know if they've got them back, but if you don't have one, let me know. I've got like 6 of them. I'll send you one. So that's it. Those are the things that I use every single day that I love, that keep me organized. It's hard to stay organized. And part of like staying home and being a mom is that you kind of need to be fluid and flexible, because you may have the most perfect day planned and then somebody gets sick, or you get sick, or something happens that completely derails your day, and you can't let that really get you flustered. But it's important to stay organized so you're not forgetting stuff. My brain is mush nowadays. I gotta write it down. I gotta stay organized and do the same stuff every single day, or I will forget. So these little things are things I love to do to stay organized. And this turned out to be a super long video, but if you love organizing as much as I do, hopefully you liked it. For any other information, check out the links down below in the description box for the blog posts I mentioned, the products that I mentioned, all of that kind of stuff. I will have that down below. And swing over to the blog to check out more exciting organization things. I hope you guys are enjoying the everyday series. Stay tuned next time for my everyday makeup routine. Not that I do makeup all that great, but you know, that's what I'm going to share. So I hope you guys join me. See you next month for the everyday. Yay!